Welcome to another Cardano update. So let's start on the 1 hour chart, and as you can see, the price is currently bouncing. It actually respected my support levels, which is not surprising. And yeah, right now we seem to be heading in a third wave right here, which should go to ideally 39.4 cents, but it could go to like 41 cents. So we'll see what happens with that. And yeah, support levels were hold. We almost got to the 0.786 level, but we did not bounce off the 0.786 in the second wave. We actually used the 0.236 extension of this first wave high and first wave low. So yeah, I knew something like that would happen, and I pretty much called that we will get another low, and it happened. So right now we should bounce. Now obviously this third wave right here should also go up in 5 waves, so I think it should look something like this. So obviously it cannot go up in a straight line, but yeah, support levels are being held right now, and if we do go below the 0.786 level, which right now looks very unlikely, but if we do go below that level, then we will most likely go below this low as well, and if we go below this low as well, it will only mean that this structure that we have right here is an A, B, C structure. Well, the B is here, and the B wave being an overshooting B wave, which yeah, it can happen at times. And if we do get another low in the second wave correction right here, it's not going to be the end of the world. I mean, we only got to the 0.382 support level right here, so if we get another low and we get to like the 50% extension or the 618 level, then it's going to be okay, but I do not want to see the price go below the 30.2 cents level, because if that happens, then it will be very likely that we will get another low in the second wave right here, and yeah, if that happens, then it's not going to be good in my opinion. But if we hold support levels, and if we manage to start the third wave move to the upside of this 1-2 setup that I have on the chart, then like I said, the third wave should go in this region right here, and also, this is only the third wave of this third wave right here. And ideally, the green third wave right here should get to at least 40.7 cents, but I could see it go to like 44.8 cents, obviously, because it's a third wave move to the upside, so it can be impulsive. And if we do go to that level, maybe we will actually manage to get back above the bull market support band. I will talk about the bull market support band more in a minute. And after we do that, we should get a fourth wave and then a fifth wave to maybe go above this high right here. Obviously, maybe we will not break above it, but if we do break above it, it's going to be bullish, obviously. And that will only form a first wave move to the upside, which will look something like this. And that first wave move to the upside will only be the first wave move of this first wave move right here. And let me go on the daily for this. So yeah, this is the first wave move of the first wave right here. And this first wave move right here will only be the first wave of this main third wave right here, because if you can remember, here we went up in 5 waves to form a main first wave move to the upside. Then here we went down into an ABC structure, which looks pretty good, to form a second wave correction. And right now we should get a third wave move to the upside, which should be the most impulsive move in this cycle. So right now I believe something is about to happen, and this first wave move to the upside should ideally get above this level at 81.5 cents to confirm that the second wave low right here is actually in, because if it goes to like 75 cents and then it gets rejected, I mean, I'm pretty sure I will be able to count that as an A-B structure, and then that will mean we'll get a C wave as well, and that's not going to be bullish. So we need to get above this previous high right here to confirm that the low right here is actually in. And speaking of confirming the low, look at the bull market support band. So the green line is about to go above the red line, which is a good sign, and when that happens, I mean, that's pretty much, in my opinion, going to confirm that the second wave move down is over and that we will get a third wave move to the upside. And why am I saying that? Well, I've already explained this in my previous 2 videos, but let me do it again, and let me explain it in a much different way, I guess. So as you can see in the bear market, at least right here, when the red line was above the green line, the price was going down. But then here, when the green line finally managed to get above the red line, a few weeks after that, the price just pretty much exploded to the upside. And what do you know? After we topped in the first wave right here, and we got the red line go above the green line again, that pretty much confirmed that the top is in, and then the price pretty much dropped like crazy. But now the green line is again pretty much going to go above the red line, which is a good sign, and I think that means that the low right here is in. Now obviously once we go above the red line, that does not mean that the price needs to pump immediately. For example, here, like I said, it took like 3 weeks before something actually happened. So yeah, you have to be aware of that as well. And if we check out what happened in the previous cycle, if you can remember, I was comparing this move that happened right here, this 1-2 setup, to what we have right now in this cycle, because this is pretty much a 1-2 setup as well. And not only does the price action look very similar, but the bull market support band looks similar as well. Now it does not look the exact same because as you can see here we got the pandemic and that pretty much messed some things up. But if you can ignore that, and if you look right here, after we went to this low right here, somewhere here, the green line finally managed to get above the red line. And then the price just pretty much started going to the upside a few weeks after that. Well, actually that's like 2 months after that. So this was not a bottom signal, but it was a signal that something more bullish is about to happen. And yeah, something bullish did happen. The price went up like 140% before crashing into the pandemic low. Like I said, if you ignore this thing right here, you can say that the green line would have stayed above the red line and the price would have continued going up, which means we would not have gotten this right here, this mess right here, and the green line would have stayed above the red line, and the price would have gone up, in my opinion, a lot more than what it went up right here. So I believe this top right here that we got was actually supposed to go a bit higher than what it went to, and I think it could have gone to the 2.618 expansion of the high right here and the bear market low. Obviously that's speculation, but yeah, I see it that way because the pandemic messed things up a bit for Cardano. So imagine if we just went to the third wave right here and we never had this drop right here. Obviously the price would have gone higher, at least in my opinion. So yeah, do with that what you wish. And also, if we do get above the red line, if the green line does manage to get above the red line, each time it did that in the past, the price exploded to the upside afterwards. So I don't see why it would not happen again. And also we are oversold on the daily RSI. Well, we were oversold, but now we are not. We are very close to being oversold. The daily RSI is still like 40. But if you look at what happened here as well, you'll see that here we also went oversold on the RSI multiple times before we started going up in a third wave move. And what do you know? Here we also went oversold like 3 times in the second wave move down before we actually did some. And let me remind you of my price predictions because a lot of people are asking me for them, even though I've mentioned them like 500 times already, but anyways. So I expect the third wave move to the upside to get to the $5 level and maybe touch the 1.618 level right here if we want to mirror what happened in the previous cycle in the third wave. And right now I see no reason why we would not do something like that because we are pretty much copying what happened right here if we ignore the pandemic. So if we want to copy exactly what happened in the third wave in the previous cycle, first we need to get above the 100% Fibonacci retracement of the previous all-time high. We did that in the previous cycle, as you can see, and then we need to get to the 1.6 extension as well and then get rejected by it. Now obviously maybe in this cycle we will not get rejected by the 1.618 because in this cycle we did not have a pandemic, but you never know. We might get rejected by the 1.618, then we might go in a fourth wave, and then we might finish the cycle at maybe like $7 to $8 and maybe touch the 2.618 in the fifth wave right here. And also do not forget, this 5-wave move to the upside formed a first wave move to the upside, a main first wave move, and the bear market formed an ABC structure, which is a second wave move down. And right now, if we do go in a third wave, that will be the third wave of the main third wave, which in my opinion should be very, very bullish. The third wave of a third wave is usually the most impulsive. So realistically, the price should go higher than what it went to in the previous cycle right here. But of course, the first wave move to the upside could always get invalidated. And just to remind you, the invalidation point for the first wave move to the upside is at like 22 cents. So if we get below 22 cents, then we will most likely not do what we did right here. Now, of course, here we also got invalidated, but this was a pandemic drop, so this was not expected. This was not the market doing its thing. No, this was just a pandemic drop, so it's different. Now, if we fail, the first wave move to the upside is going to be bearish, if it's not a black swan event. So we'll see if that happens. Right now, I don't think it will happen because, like I said, the green line of the bull market support band is very close to getting above the red line, so that's a good sign that the price might have bottomed, or at least it's a good sign that something more bullish is about to happen. And if we get the third wave of the main third wave right here, then I could see the price go to like $10 as well in this cycle, but of course that's just hopium right now, and we have to see a third wave move to the upside first before we can actually confirm that something bullish is going on. So yeah, that's all I have for today. If you want to support the channel, maybe check out our Patreon. All of our Patreons get access to the charts, so if you want all of these charts right here, if you want access to them, maybe check that out. And also we post bonus content on there as well, so if you're interested in coins like Doge or Gala Games or some other altcoins, for example, I don't know, Jasmy or so, we post content about these coins on there as well. And also gold Patreons get to recommend an altcoin for us to cover each month, so each gold Patreon pretty much has the option to give us an altcoin to cover. So if you want that, check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.